Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for ADA price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. Starting on the daily chart here, we have an impulse correction, impulse, finish three waves toward the upside. You finished a wave A in a zigzag. Potentially you're looking for three waves down and continuation toward the upside. Now we saw of course this impulse as a wave 1, correction wave 2, and we're still looking at an impulse formation as 1, 2, 3. And currently you are in wave 4. Did this wave 4 finish? Of course, we have to take a look inside it next, of course, after this overview. Now, in a bearish scenario, let's say we take the invalidation of this bullish scenario here. In case you are in an impulse toward the upside, let's say we take the invalidation. That means, of course, when taking it, you're still looking for lower. And potentially, it might unfold a longer short-term scenario here where you see longer bearish scenario where you see of course a wave C toward the downside, A, B, and a C. And in this case scenario it will complete of course three waves up, three waves down, and therefore of course continuation toward the upside in a wave C, of course impulsively. Now if we take a closer look inside as this area to see the structure, did it finish or not yet? So basically, we are looking here at a very obvious and clear W in three waves up again, and then three waves down again, without taking the low or taking the low very, very close to it. Let me check. Yeah, we took the low, but very, very close. So that means, of course, it is a finished W, X, and a Y here as labeled. And of course, we start to look for higher since a structure, corrective structure has finished. If we move inside this wave, we see, of course, a wave, potential wave A, B, and a C here, finish three waves toward the upside. Can be, of course, because this is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for A, B, and a C. You're looking for three waves down here for a wave 2 or a wave B, of course, and you're looking still for a wave C or a wave 3 toward the upside. And that means, of course, if we want to reshape this, of course, let's set up this as A, B, and a C. Of course, this is your bearish scenario, because as a bearish scenario, you would like, of course, to finish here at the 1-to-1 fib level, taken, of course, from the bottom here to the top and to the wave B, of course, giving us here, let me just snap this again, giving us here a 1-to-1 fib level for a zigzag, or I would say regular flat here, because yeah, this can be both actually, because it can be a leading diagonal. However, both have the same 1-to-1 fib level target. But yeah, maybe on the zigzag is better, because of course you have uncommon target as well, 0.618, which it might be hit sometimes and move towards the downside. So yeah, better to keep this, of course, potentially. And then as a wave 3, in case you are in wave 3 after a leading diagonal for wave 1, we're talking about the yellow scenario here. And yes, this will hit, of course, the 1.618 actually, which is much, much higher, of course, than this. So basically, I'm gonna just keep this one here. Oh, okay. That was for the zigzag. Here we go. Yeah, so basically, this is your wave 3 target, and then you're looking for 4 and a 5. Yep, so these are the updates right now. Currently, how do we read this wave? Let's move inside it on the micro analysis here, where we see, of course, a potential 1, 2. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, nothing looks really impulsive, guys. Yeah, so from here you start to get the things. Yeah, so if this is a leading diagonal, wave 5 is longer than wave 3, so invalidation. We cannot see any kind of impulse, therefore I read this as a wave A, B, and a C, of course, and you finished a flat here, another three waves down, and 1, 2, 3, 4 invalidation again. So yeah, A, B, C, therefore three waves down, and then again impulse towards the upside. Oof. Yeah, so what we have here potentially, it can be as well written as, of course, A, B, and a C. But this wave C, it looks like, of course, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I think this is the best reading for it. A, B, and a C. Here we go, in a smaller, smaller count here. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, and this looks like an impulse wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So yeah, it looks like logic. If we have here a wave 3, I just want to see the confluence as well. Here we go. Yeah. So you hit already the 1.27 perfectly, and then you start to move down, but you did not finish a wave 3. Yeah. So potentially you still have a wave 5 to reach the 1.618 in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Let's label this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, which is a perfect confluence, right? For the wave 5 to hit exactly the 0.618, and that's why of course I insist to have the 0.618 for a potential zigzag as an A, a B, and a C, guys. And therefore we have to be careful. We might come back to this area because basically the fib levels that I'm looking for them for this low are not hit yet. Now, in case we are in a bigger bearish scenario. And in a bigger view, let me show you what I mean. So in a bigger view, you would like to hit, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level taken at least from this pattern here, corrective pattern, to this one, to this high. And then if we get this as at least as a regular flat, here we go. These are the targets. Potentially, you would like to see as a W, X, and a Y, and the Y, it is preferably that it match the W, somehow like this, with an X in between. And it might hit, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level as well. Yep, so these are the readings for ADA. If we take a look also at KGT, so on KGT, we can see, of course, a clear bullish divergence here, opening for higher prices again also here. Now, of course, the bearish signal that we get here is invalidated. It is not convergent with the price. And that means, of course, we might still looking for higher. But don't forget that you did not took this high here where we see the sell from here. So this might open, of course, a clear divergence here for ADA. Let's see in a bigger view on the 5-minute chart. Yep, here we go. As well, still, of course, sell signal from here, and of course showing a convergence for lower prices or as a pressure. But that doesn't mean, of course, that you can not have higher. You can still move for higher, but the higher you get, the more pressure also you get from this area. So yeah, we have some bearish signal. Here we go. Yeah, so in conversions we can say yes, that there is some, but it can be invalidated simply. Yeah, and then of course start to get the convergence pressure from this one. But basically, the divergence is very strong for the bullish, and still, of course, looking for more and higher, because you see also there is a divergence as well here for ADA. And don't forget to follow on X. We have updated today Avalanche, AVAX, and FET. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.